Hi, today's July 27th, and we are here with the sisters, and they're going to tell us their first name and give Dr. Rutledge and CELOS permission to use their video on the internet. Ladies, state your first names.
My name is Blake.
My name is Erin.
And we have permission?
We give permission.
Okay, great. Now, you guys are sisters, and you have another sister that had surgery with Dr. Rutledge 9 years ago, and your mother had surgery with Dr. Rutledge how long ago?
About 3.5 years ago.
About 3.5 years ago. So, great. So, you are, let's see.
So I had
Left,
my surgery
right,
about 1 year ago.
1 year ago, okay.
July 8th, 2009. And I've lost 73 pounds since then.
Wonderful. That's fabulous. And you had your surgery 2.5
About
years ago?
2.5 years ago was January 2008, and I've lost about 85 pounds.
Wow, so your family was a little bit on the lighter side then? 'Cause you're all,
We were all right in that.
kind of the mid, not really heavy, and not really a lot of health issues. Like you were on a little blood pressure medication, and how's your blood pressure now?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, it would always be in the 130s over 80s, 90s before, but it was still kind of manageable. But I did it 2 weeks ago maybe, and it was 106 over 71.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's great. Now, did you have any other problems before surgery, like back problems or swelling ankles?
Shortness of breath, definitely.
Yeah, I
Walking
certainly
upstairs.
did. I had a hard time with my knees, hips, and feet. And just walking for any length of time was really difficult.
Sounds like a little song. Knees, hips, and feet.
And I had a knee injury when I was a teenager, and so every once in a while it comes back and bothers me a little bit. And since surgery, it hasn't flared up on me really or anything. And it would be to the point where I'd have to put a brace on for a few weeks at a time a year, and it hasn't bothered me since then.
That's incredible. So how did your whole family find out about Dr. Rutledge and the mini gastric bypass?
Our sister, she always kind of battled with her weight, I think more so than anyone, and she was just looking up different options, and she found the MGB and thought that it seemed like
Yeah, I think he may have come out here for a clinic, or she may have gone somewhere that he was presenting to actually meet with him. And she had her surgery in North Carolina. She's in Las Vegas.
And she lives in Las Vegas?
Yeah, so she lived in Las Vegas and traveled to
North Carolina
to have surgery. So it was funny when Dr. Rutledge came here, since we live here. But she just looked it up, and she had looked up all the surgeries, all of the options, and really found that this was the best one. You know, it was permanent, but also reversible if needed. It wasn't, like the lap band. It wasn't as invasive as the Roux-en-Y. And just talked to all the people on the boards, and just did all her homework on it. And she just had such great success with it that my mom she had to have double knee joint replacement, and she had a lot of problems, and so she had the surgery. For her, it was just a huge blessing. It completely changed her life.
And now how's her health?
She's fantastic. She had the knee joint, and ever since, so it was hard for her to get around to lose weight and do everything. It was a vicious circle. And when she had the surgery, my God, she runs circles around us still. She's 63 years old, and
energy that you would have.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
And is she off all her medications now?
She is still on blood pressure meds. She just was not.
Right.
It wasn't a weight related issue. She had high blood pressure her whole life,
happens.
and so but relatively speaking, she's incredibly healthy.
She is, yeah.
She's doing very well.
Yeah. So how else has your life changed?
Well, for me, I know, I live in Southern California, so my husband and I can get out and do really fun stuff. Within a month of the surgery, we were out walking around down Venice Beach all day long. We have season passes to the theme parks. We bought bicycles. So we're just out and about doing more stuff now, because it's not such a chore of being sure, okay, can I sit down? We got to stop, take a breath, So we're just a lot more active.
And how about food? Can you eat whatever you like, or do you have problems with a certain thing?
My last holdout was sushi, because I didn't know how that would go, and I've tried that, and so everything is really good. I struggle a little bit with rice, but I think that's all over in the information.
I did that for a little bit too, and then it got better as years went on. Everything in moderation, I mean, like if I go out and eat a piece of cake, I get really tired afterwards, and so I really just don't crave cake anymore because of that, which is probably better anyway. So
Right. So not that I've had to cut anything out, but just a much smaller portion of everything.
And you don't even think about it. It's not even a hard decision to make to have just a little bit of this or that, and so.
And
So-
we have a lot of filletas.
Save it for later.
So that's cute. So family reunions are like really small now,
Right?
Small
Oh yeah,
meals.
my dad hates taking us all to a buffet because
Oh,
it's just
right.
useless.
He feels like he's
Yeah.
wasting his money. But we're still valuable and can still
Right.
deserve good food. Yes, absolutely. Well, let me ask you, how when you had surgery at St. Rose de Lima, both of you, right?
Yes.
And your mom had surgery at St. Rose de Lima,
Yes.
and your sister had surgery in Raleigh, Durham.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys compare the hospitals at all?
You know, back
Did
then,
she ever talked about it?
never, not really. Now, I went with her as one of her support people, and you know, at that time, I had it in my mind, wow, I could never do this. This is so drastic. It's such a change. So I really didn't pay attention to that.
Mhm.
But it seemed like a good facility. They were caring for her.
St.
I know.
Rose is much better.
We had a great experience here.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, from the three of us doing it here, my mom was here for mine and for Erin's. I was out of state when my mom had hers, but I was here with Erin for hers, and we got to see that. Yes, oh my God, the staff is amazing. So many of the nurses had the surgery, and so that was great to have people they're taking care of you that can relate to what you've been through. And you know, my pre-op nurse, it was Pam. She
Yes.
was amazing, yeah. And
She had the
had
surgery.
it, yeah. And so it was nice to talk to her going in because she was just so relaxed about it. It was like, oh, it's going to be great. You're going to be fine. And so that was just like, oh.
And Sandy was here with us that day as well.
And so when she had it, I got to see, you know, not from the hospital bed, but, you know, from standing, how great they were, you know, with her too. And so the staff here's amazing. They're fantastic.
And how about Dr. Rutledge?
I love Dr. Rutledge. He is so funny. He's so fun. He makes you feel so comfortable. Like, you don't even think that you're going and having major surgery, you know? And
He just seems so knowledgeable, and I like coming back to clinic because, for one thing, he's a great storyteller. So there's always something interesting and new, and I know I had questions even a year later that he answered for me today, so I like coming back and hearing.
So do you feel after a year's gone by, you're still well informed?
Definitely.
Do you stay in touch? Have you been filling out your follow-up forms?
I did mine the first year. I did the, you know, everything, and now I'm on to the, you know, to the yearly, and so yeah, I filled out, you know, mine today. And
It's important because we do update your email addresses, and you know he's constantly doing research and finding the latest studies, and things change. And what's good for our patients, and how we relate that to you is if you do fill out your follow-up forms, then we can email you, mass email you, and let you know what's changed. You know, like now it's important to take vitamin D. Or a few years ago, you know, this wasn't talked about, and now it's very important, and had different types of iron, and so it's good to stay in touch.
it is. I love coming back to the clinics too, and seeing people, you know, who are just about to go in, because it's really exciting. It's really exciting for those people who are about to go. It's like you have no idea what this is going to do for you. You have no idea how much your life is going to change.
It's really exciting, and I want to jump in and say so much, but, you know, everyone else needs their time, because everyone who said something today, I could be like, oh yeah, and, you know, say something as well.
Well, you should jump in. It's so valuable of your pre-op to hear post-ops talk, because you do have a lot of fear. I think as a pre-op, it's the unknown. It's not that anything bad's going to happen. You just don't know, you know, especially since we're obese. When we start this process, it's a lot about food, and that's our biggest fear, that we're not going to be able to eat or drink, and what we can eat or drink.
My biggest thing with food, you know, because I was a soda addict before, you know, and so giving up soda was just like, oh dear God, you know. And, you know, I still have a sip here and there or whatever, but the green tea, I have gotten hooked on the green tea, and I love green tea. I cannot get enough green tea. I constantly have it. And it's amazing how much more I like that than soda now. So